Yo, what is up, Sex Beach Crazy Rabbit here, and today we'll be doing top 5 best traps in zombies. Now the way we're going to be deciding this is through 3 things. 1, its location, 2, its chances of actually killing you instead of the zombies, which is a big no-no, and 3, how powerful it is. And since this is the top 5 best traps, of course only the most powerful traps are going to be on here, so all these traps are going to do an infinite amount of damage, so let's go ahead and get the shit started. Alright, and coming in number 5 is going to be the Mob of the Dead Acid Trap. Now the reason this is number 5 and it's not higher on the list is because it does have a very high chance of actually killing you instead of the zombies. If you're playing solo, you really don't have to worry about it as much, I mean unless you're going to activate the trap and then you just completely forget that it's on and then you try to run through the acid, then that might be a big problem. Or if you're playing with friends, aka you're playing with me, I'm always going to activate that trap every time you run through it because I find it very funny. So you might want to always watch out for that. You either can always die from trolls, or your friends just, don't know you're going to run through it, and then you run through it and you happen to die. So this trap does have a very high chance of killing you if you are in it. There's really almost no chance of survival if someone activates it while you're in it. You're going to die, and then you have to actually wait till the trap's over to revive yourself, because if you don't, then you're probably just going to die again if the trap is still on. So that's one thing the acid trap does not have going for it, is it really can kill you if you're in the way. But it does have its plus sides. It's a really good trap. It's always going to kill zombies. It's very powerful. But just remember that whenever you activate the trap, you're going to be stuck in whichever room you activate it in. So if you activate it in the cafeteria, you're going to be stuck in the cafeteria till that trap's over. If you activate it in the hallway, same thing as the cafeteria, you're going to be stuck in that hallway. So kind of just be aware of when you activate it. But if you use this trap to your advantage and properly cycle up the zombies, it's a very good trap to have, and it's always going to be useful. So let's go ahead and get on number 4. Alright, and coming in number 4 is going to be the Ascension Fire Trap. Now we're going to be focusing on the one over here near Speed Cola, because the one near Stamina Up I really don't use as much as Speed Cola one, mainly because of its location. So the reason the Ascension Fire Trap is not higher on this list and is right here is because its location. Its location isn't really close enough to where I like to train. I like to cycle all the way down in the MPL room. I believe it's the MPL. I hope it's the MPL. It's right beneath Jug, and I always keep that spawn door to Jug closed, and I just like to cycle down there with my Thunder Gun, my Ghost devices, and get set up. But once you get to high enough rounds, you really don't want to always use the Thunder Gun. That's one thing people constantly bitch and complain at me is, why aren't you using the Thunder Gun on high rounds? Because you kind of want to conserve ammo, and if you just waste all your Thunder Gun ammo, you're not going to have left any in case you get trapped or for monkeys or anything like that. But I'm getting off topic, so you really want to kind of conserve ammo when you want to start taking the zombies through traps. Now the Speed Cola trap is kind of a little bit far away. I mean, it's not too far away, it's just not close enough to where I would like it to be, and I constantly feel myself, just taking forever to actually get there. I feel like I'm just wasting time waiting for the zombies to actually get to the trap. So that's why it's number 4, is it's kind of just too far away for me. I just wish it was a little bit closer to where I actually like to train. Now there might be other strategies that you use that might actually make this trap more helpful, but to me, that's why it's number 4, is just because it's a little bit too far away. But other than that, it's a powerful trap. It's always going to become in use, and there's 2 of them, which makes it even greater, and there's virtually no chance of you dying as long as you have Jug. You can jump through this thing all day if you want, but if you don't have Jug, be careful, because you'll probably die if you try to jump through this, or if a zombie just hits you, and then you somehow fly through it, I guess. I don't know, I guess the zombie Superman or something like that, then you'll probably die like that. But let's go ahead and get number 3. Alright, and coming in number 3 is going to be the Kino Fire Trap, and this is honestly, in my opinion, the coolest looking trap. When you activate this and the zombies go through it, it looks pretty badass, I'm not going to lie. Now the reason this is number 3 and is not higher on this list is because it might not kill all the zombies that you want to go through it, because the zombies aren't really going to be forced to go through the trap. So if you use the strategy that I do, which is cycle in the spawn room, I keep the right side door from spawn closed, and I always exit the left side so I can take them through the fire trap. If you cycle in spawn, you get all the zombies rounded up, and you take them through the fire trap. The zombies also have that chance to go sort of around it if you're too far away from where you actually activated the trap. So you kind of want to stay right next to where you activated the trap. If not, if you go too far over here to the right, the zombies are just going to go around the fire trap. So you kind of really have to lead the zombies to where you want them to go. So that's really the only complaint I have with the fire trap, is that you have to actually lead the zombies to go through the entire trap, or else some of them might just actually go around it, and then basically the trap is pointless if they just do that. But other than that, the fire trap's in a really good location. I just love where it is, besides that little thing about the zombies going around. It's really close to where I like to cycle. It's a very powerful trap, and it's just awesome to look at. So those are all the things that it's going for, so let's go ahead and get on number 2. Alright, number 2 and number 1 really made me think. I had to honestly think about it, all their pros and cons, which one I preferred more than the other, and I think I finally got it down. So number 2 is going to be the Durreese Electric Trap right near the Thompson. And the reason this is number 2 and not number 1 is because it kind of takes some time to actually get all these zombies trained up and then take them through the trap. That's why it's number 2. I mean, if it was just a little bit shorter, it would probably be number 1, but that's really the only thing this trap doesn't have going for. It just takes a little bit too long to get all the zombies cycled up and taken through the trap. But other than that, if I'm playing solo and I want to cycle in the Thompson room, I can turn on that trap all day long and it'll just kill zombies. If I'm playing with some friends, again, all I have to do is cycle in the Thompson room and just activate that trap for days. So this one is definitely one of my favorites. It's just, like I said before, it just takes a little bit too long to get this entire strategy to go through. But besides that, it's definitely one of my favorites. So let's go ahead and get on number 1. Alright, so coming in number 1, which is very similar to number 2, is the Kino electric trap. Now the reason this is number 1 is because it's right next to where I like to cycle and get all my zombies trained up at. It's right next to spawn, it's so easy to use. You literally just walk like 10 feet from where you actually are cycling, take it through the trap, and you'll be good. So it's just in a great location, and unlike the fire trap, there's no way these zombies can go around it. They gotta go straight through it, and once they go straight through it, they're gonna die. This trap has virtually no chance of killing you unless you don't have Jug. As long as you have Jug with all these traps, you're gonna be good. Unless it's the acid trap, then you're basically fucked. But the Kino electric trap is definitely my favorite. It's right next to where I like to cycle, it's in a great location, it doesn't take too long to get to, and it's always gonna kill zombies. So I'm very curious to know, what are you guys' favorite traps, and if you guys could, please leave a like, and subscribe when you're ready. Peace.